Alright, starting today I'm going to be doing monthly updates about my study abroad experience in Japan. So this month will be from September to October, next month will be November, December, and so on and so on. But yeah, I'm just going to give you guys like insights on what it's like to live out here, the reality of it, tips and tricks, and just to give you an idea or a sense of if you would really even want to live here. Just show you what shit's really like. Before I get into the video, I want to be brutally honest about something. Japan isn't this perfect society that people online make it out to be. It's a beautiful country with a lot to admire. But if you just do the slightest bit of research or live here, you get to understand that it's just like any other country with problems. And living here shows you the serious problems like suicide on train tracks that cause entire cities to be delayed, chicane on public transportation, and quiet xenophobia and discrimination that foreigners living here or just visiting can face on a daily basis. Japan is real life, not a fantasy. And understanding both the good parts and the bad parts has taught me so much about living here so far. It's not all what it seems. So just get that whole image out of your head, alright? But yeah, let's get into it. But no, this video is not supposed to be depressing or anything like that. I'm just trying to give y'all a heads up, so y'all know. So don't say I didn't warn you. Today I'm going to be talking about what's different from the US, what surprised me, culture shocks, and what living here as a black teen has taught me, and what I've learned so far. Things are incredibly convenient, organized, and quiet compared to the US. People mind their own business, public transportation actually works, and there's this unspoken rule of not being a nuisance to others. But at the same time, that calmness can feel mentally draining if you're not used to it, especially coming from America. Everything is louder and more expensive. Starting off, price. Things are so much cheaper out here, or things may seem so much cheaper out here. Take, for example, convenience stores. Nigga, you could walk anywhere, in any corner of the street, any few blocks, you'll find a fucking 7-Eleven, or a motherfucking Lawson, or a motherfucking Family Mart. And they are low-key, like, they have healthier options for food and stuff than straight Red 40 and fucking, and donuts and meat rockets like the US does. But, price, for example, you can get a fucking big-ass jug of water, about this big, for about 130 yen, which in US is like fucking 90 cents or maybe even less than that. And coming here, you're gonna start spending like a lot of money off rip. Like you're gonna go thrift shopping, and you're gonna think about like you're gonna find, oh, this is a really good price, let me buy this. Oh wait, no, this is also a really good price, I'm gonna buy this too. And you're gonna pick out, next thing you know, you picked out like fucking 6 items, then you leave with it, and then it all adds up, and you're like, damn, I thought this shit was cheap. But then it gets to like $100-some, and you're like, or maybe even more than that. And if you're on a budget, that's a lot. For broke niggas like me, that's a lot. You feel me? So that's an example. But yeah, convenience stores, you can make smoothies, you can get fucking bento boxes and salads and actual like much more healthy items. It's automatically coming here. It's gonna be way cheaper than America. So that's what's good. But make sure to watch how you spend money and what you spend money on. That's something to keep a good eye on. Make sure to find the right convenience store you like, or because I feel like Lawson, Family Mart, and 7-Eleven, they're all pretty different. They have like unique items to all of them. Yeah, just don't get too hooked on convenience store food, because of course that shit's never too good for you. Feel me? It's not as bad as Red 40 and motherfucking oils that you can get from the American convenience stores, but it's still, don't rely on that food. Try new foods, try new places. I'm low-key a picky ass eater, but I still try my best to try new foods and just adapt to the culture as much as you can, because you're only out here once. You want to spend the time as great as you can and just have the best experience. So be open to trying new things, be open to trying new foods, all that, But one thing people don't talk about, which leads to my next point, is public transportation. Suica, for example. You have this thing called, I know I'm low-key a broke-ass nigga, we got this thing called a Suica, right? Suica is just like a Metro card or a tap card. You click it, you enter for trains, for buses, etc., all that. And this shit adds up over time. If you want to travel a lot, especially, just make sure you're keeping track of how you spend your Suica money. The unique thing about Suica is that you can use it to buy like stuff from vending machines. Most stores take it, or even restaurants. So those are some things to keep in mind. But let's say you want to go from Yokohama to Tokyo, right? That would cost you at least 800 to 900 yen, which is about 6 or 7. Fuck. And then you gotta get back, right? So that's another $7. So that's like $15, $16 just on one trip there and back, which doesn't seem like that much, but over time it's gonna add up a lot. Yeah, compared to the US, where you drive everywhere, transportation feels cheaper at first. If you're moving around daily, it quietly becomes one of your biggest expenses. So make sure to keep track of that. Not many people drive cars, it seems like, unless you have a family or you're a businessman. Like, there doesn't really ever seem to be much traffic or anything like that. Everyone takes transportation. Especially at my university, like, at my school, no one drives to school. You either bike, walk, or fucking take the train or bus. You know? Everyone, especially at this age, everyone, to even when you're older, when you're adult, everyone takes the trains to get to work, school, fucking, I don't know, baseball games, anywhere. Everyone takes the train. So, yeah, which leads me to my next point. Rush hour. Nigga, I can't even, bro. Rush hour between like 3 and 6 p.m. Maybe even a little later than that. That shit gets awful, bro. Like, you got niggas packing into fucking trains like sardines. Nigga, shoulder to shoulder, dick to butt. That shit is not it, bro. You keep it a buck, that shit's not it. I found out this thing that Japanese people don't wear like cologne and like very scented things because, you know, they don't want to, you know, Japanese people care about other people not being a nuisance, so they don't want to like give other people something called a scent attack. If you're wearing too much of cologne, for example, or fucking too much smelly lotion or deodorant, other people have sensitive noses, so that can affect them, and they don't want to do that, which makes sense. But niggas be stinking. That's what I'm trying to say. You get on that train, nigga, it smells like hot ass and donkey dick. That shit stinks. So I'm just letting y'all know right now, if you hop on that train at 5, 6 p.m. with all them motherfucking businessmen people, that shit is not gonna smell good. Even fucking McDonald's. I've been to a McDonald's by me where I live. That motherfucker stink. That shit smells like feet. There's 2 different rooms. And the eating room and then the room where you buy stuff you can also eat. The other room just smells like straight feet. It's fucking awful. And I'm about to eat and I gotta smell that bullshit. And it sucks. But yeah, rush hour is not fun. I'd try to avoid it, but it's almost inevitable. So yeah, rush hour, that ass sucks, bro. And speaking of trains and transportation, that leads me to my next point. Hella people always tell you this, or you may hear it online, hella. The last train, you do not want to miss that shit. Or maybe once or twice you can experience what it's like missing the last train and staying in Tokyo overnight and staying in Shibuya. But especially if you go out clubbing. So I live in Yokohama, right? And the clubs are all in Tokyo. They're in Shibuya, they're in Shinjuku. We have a dorm curfew at midnight. Trains stop running every day at midnight. Sometimes it's later. Maybe specific lines will run until like 12:30 or something, but it's usually not a minute later than that. And once you miss that last train, nigga, you're fucked. You were fucked, bro. And you're gonna have to party the entire night, smelling like cigarettes and alcohol, sweat. It's not it. Like, it's fun, but then when you do it a couple times, you're partying out, you're clubbing, it's hella fun and shit. And then you realize it gets to around like 3 a.m., right? Because mainly people go clubbing at like 10, 11 p.m. And back at home, I was able to just go home whenever I wanted, because friends would drive or I would drive. But when you're here, and when shit gets boring, you don't have a fucking choice, especially if you miss that last train. Your ass will be out until 6 a.m. waiting for that next train. The first trains usually start around like 4:30, between like 4:30 and 5ish. But yeah, you're gonna have to enjoy being out that whole night. And I seen some shit. I can't lie, I seen some crazy shit. But it's definitely hella tiring. I can't lie. Yeah, I just try and come prepared. Get some water while you out. You know, if you're too drunk or something. But you know, get some food from a convenience store or get some ramen with friends at like 4 a.m. That's always hella fun. But I would say you're gonna, at around 3 a.m., you know, 3 a.m., you're gonna realize, okay, like, this shit's low-key, it's getting boring now. It's the same niggas trying to dance up on girls and shit, and the DJ's playing this whack-ass song. You trying to leave, but you can't. No. There's fucking no way home unless, well, I guess it just depends on where you live, you know. But there's no way home, and you gotta wait for that next train in the morning. So you gotta stay out the whole night. But if you get bored, leave the club. I can't lie. Which leads me to my next point. We still not even talking about school yet. We still talking about like nightlife, going out, transportation and shit. That's gonna be the first part I cover. Weirdos. There's hella weirdos, fucking pervs, bro. Like strange ass niggas in the club. You'll meet some strange ass niggas anywhere in life, but especially here, I never met more strange niggas. You feel me? But let me give y'all an example, right? So I was in the club, right? And I'm just with some homies, and we dancing and shit, we having fun. And I look over to my right, and I see this nigga doing a fucking mating dance, heading towards a girl. This nigga fucking popping and locking and dancing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? And he finally gets closer to her. He tries to put his arm around her. He's like, oh yeah, shit, she feeling the kid. She feeling me. This nigga puts his arm around her. Nigga, she grabs his face like this and shoves this nigga down to the floor. I cannot make this shit up. I can't. That's just one example. I've seen so many instances of dudes trying to like put their arms around girls and they'll just get too touchy. It doesn't matter if you're drunk or if you're sober. You know, you don't do that. You don't make girls uncomfortable. You don't invade their personal space and none of that. Especially if you don't know them, bro. What are we doing? But yeah, I've seen that shit happen so many times. Just dudes thinking, oh, okay, this will get me. This is Riz. This will get me to pull them, and they'll just fucking straight up just be trying to touch on them, and they'll be like, yo, get up off me. You'll see that in the club quite often, and mainly it's the Japanese dudes. I can't lie, but yeah, it's a hard watch. That shit has me cringing. All that shit has me cringing, bro. Oh yeah, Chicans. Those are like gropers on trains. It's so bad out here that they've literally gained a name. Thank the Lord I've never seen this or experienced it myself, because it happens to, of course, men and women. But yeah, they're like weird dudes who like to touch girls on trains, like especially really crowded trains. They'll get close and they'll try and like put their hands on your hip, or like touch your boobs or your ass. It's weird, bro. I've had so many female friends who've told me stories about it, and it's fucked up, because it'll happen to them when they're in like high school, or it could even happen to you if you're even older than that. You know, it happens to, they don't care, bro. They don't care what age. It's weird. Yeah, watch out for weird people, bro. Some motherfuckers out here do not take no for an answer. They'll keep following you. They'll think you fuck with them, and whole time you really don't. You feel me? It's just like some people don't have social cues, or they don't take no for an answer. That's what I'm saying. So make sure if you're going clubbing, go with friends, or just try and meet the right people and stay with the right people. Also in the club, I'd see anyone, like of all different ages. I'd see niggas in suits and that bitch drinking and turning up in izakayas, all you can drink places. Go to an izakaya. They're fun as hell. Yeah, bro, people be going out clubbing all night. People drink hard, and somehow they'll still show up to work the next day. It's crazy. I've seen motherfuckers like 50 years old in the club, lit as a bitch. Niggas having the time of their lives talking to 18 years old. It's like, this shit crazy. Next thing I'm talking about is school, university. Compared to the US, it's so different, because it kind of almost feels like high school. There's literally periods of the day. You have a first period class, second period class, third period class, fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, seventh period. I think it stops at seventh period, but yeah, it does feel more organized with that, but at the same time, it does a lot feel like high school. There's literally a bell too. There's a bell to dismiss you. So yeah, it's quite interesting. And there's also a lunch break, which is really cool. Like being able to eat lunch with your homies every day. And yeah, that's what's good, because I feel like college in America, sometimes shit felt hella lonely, you know, because you have homies who have no classes one day, or they'll have a class at 5 p.m. you got a class at 11 a.m. Or you have a class at 7 p.m. they have a class at 2 p.m. so you'll never see a bunch of your friends. But here, since everything's periods, you see people way more often. But that's something that's different here. First period will usually start around 9:15 a.m. depending on your school, between 8 and 9 a.m. and then it'll end with 7th period around 7 or 8:30 p.m. But I mean, of course, you don't have that many classes in a day, nigga. If you take that many classes, you're cooked. But one thing I realized as a black man here is the fucking constant comparison to black celebrities, nigga. I mean, nigga, all the time. Speedo. Nigga, do I look like Speed? We're just both black and we have energy, bro. They will compare you to any black celebrity they can. Low-key, if you're any race out here, but mainly as black people, me and my homie have been the only two black men we've been compared to any fucking celebrity. They called that nigga Travis Scott. The nigga has an afro. The fuck are we talking about? Are we dead dogs right now, my nigga? Oh my god. I'm about to flip this chair just thinking about that shit. I had a nigga come up to me, dead with a straight face, and tell me I look like Sexy Red with my glasses on. Nigga, do I look like no fucking Sexy Red to you? Keep it a buck. I don't look like fucking Sexy Red. Yeah, moral of the story is you'll get compared to someone. Someone out there, they'll say you look like someone. Anyone black, they'll say you look like. So, yeah, at least that's just my experience so far. Hopefully I don't go through the same thing, but yeah. Another big thing I realize is the cheating culture out here. That's one thing that's not really talked about that much. It low-key is, but it's low-key is not at the same time. The most micro, like, cheating shit is real, bro. It's so, oh my god, it's so real. One example is this girl in my dorm. Very nice, very friendly girl. Would have never known she had a boyfriend if her friend didn't bring it up. One month now into knowing her, we're just chilling one day, and we're all together. I'm asking them about how their experience was last semester. So they're talking about it, they're letting me know. And one of them says to my other friend, she's like, oh yeah, and she still has a boyfriend from last semester. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, wait a minute. You telling me that the same girl that's out here texting my homies, hey, with multiple Ys, and asking them what they're doing at fucking 1 in the morning, asking them to hang out with them, asking them to fucking go eat with her, and touching on them niggas' muscles and fucking filling up on them, that's the same girl with a boyfriend? I'm like, nigga, no, it's like, come on now. And she's like, oh yeah, like, she's like, oh no, don't bring him up, don't talk about him, because she doesn't care about that nigga. A lot of times out here, like, a lot of people, mainly girls, won't even bring up their boyfriend ever unless someone else brings it up for them, even long distance or here. A lot of girls do not bring up that they have a boyfriend, so just letting y'all know right now. But they'll be flirting with you, they'll give you all this energy, whole time they got a nigga at home. Beyond me. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, so then I realized, I'm like, you telling me this whole time you were doing all this stuff, flirting with multiple of my homeboys, you have a whole nigga that lives in fucking Tasmania? What? What are we talking about right now? This nigga's 6'2" and white, by the way. And if he's getting cheated on, then obviously no one's safe out here. They don't give a fuck who you are. Nobody's safe out here. So that's a prime example. You never know if someone's dating someone, because motherfuckers, I rarely see anyone, which you don't have to post that you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend in your highlights on Instagram, but that shit don't happen out here. Or they don't bring it up, and it's like they'll be giving you all this energy, and you'll never know they have a man. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I low-key, I started to feel bad for this nigga. Like, you telling me you in fucking Tasmania, you live a day away, or wherever the fuck that shit is. You live 18 hours away, and you over here. They don't even call, They just text on fucking Snapchat and send photos. How is that a relationship, for one? But that's not my concern. But you telling me you sleeping at night, and they got your girl in a fucking Boston Crab, my nigga? They got her in a full Nelson across the world, and you can't do shit about it. Son, that shit is beyond me, bro. So be careful. You may think someone's feeling you. You may think, oh shit, she fucking with the kid. She wants to hang out with me. She wants to eat with me. She's touchy as hell. She's hella flirty. Whole time, she will have a nigga at the crib. You'll never know. And make sure to ask those questions too. Whether you're talking to a boy or you're talking to a girl. You know, I've seen that happen 5 times. I kid you not, nigga. 5 fucking times. 5 times. I've seen that shit happen in the past month I've been here. These girls will never bring them up. Never. Other random things I noticed are that trash cans don't exist out here. You'll be walking the city for miles until you find a trash can in the nearest combini. You'll be taking your shit to the grave with you. Mainly the reason why there isn't trash cans out here that not many people know is that there was a terrorist attack here in like the late 1990s, early 2000s, and where they put bombs and trash cans in the public, and then that ended up killing multiple people. So that's the main reason why they banned trash cans just out in the public. Just know there's only trash cans and combinis. or random small shops and stuff. But yeah, also people dress really well here, and they feel very put together compared to the US. Like, it is so rare you'll see someone walking around in pajamas. They'll have a fucking button up and a jacket and some nice jeans and some nice shoes, and you may think you have that shit on. You step to Shibuya or Shinjuku and you realize, nigga, you don't. You feel me? The most average fit is sitting there mocking your fit, and there's nothing you can do about it. But there's nothing wrong with that, of course. People dress very well and very put together out here, but that shouldn't change how you dress or anything like that. Just make sure you look presentable when you leave the crib. But yeah, I feel like everything runs on unspoken rules, and once you mess up, you feel it. Like, if you do the slightest bit of a wrong thing, like, I know you're not supposed to eat while walking on the street out here, because that's considered rude, or you're not supposed to play with your chopsticks. Don't do that. If you have chopsticks, don't be fucking waving them around and playing with them and shit. Just keep them in your rice bowl, or you'll have a like a placeholder for the chopsticks. You put them there when you're done eating. Don't point them at people. That's considered very rude. Don't do any of that stuff. Yeah, I don't know that much of etiquette, but that is what I do know so far. Oh wait, no. One last thing. The food portion sizes, not the same as in America, bro. Not the same at all. Y'all come out here. You may get a big ass. You may get a meal that looks big as hell in the picture, in the example photo. You get it? I got these nachos, bro. Let me put these nachos on screen. I got these itty bitty ass nachos. They look big as hell in the photo. They look to be about this big. They were this big, bro. And it had to be about 12 chips on that motherfucking plate. I was mad as hell. I can't lie. But that's one experience I've had. But yeah, very small food portion sizes, especially at traditional Japanese restaurants. So it's not like in America where you'll get big ass portions. Not like that at all. People eat not a lot out here. People eat less. That's why everyone here is very thin and in shape. So, but you always will find those unique places where they give you lots of food, and where you can get a good price for what you're paying for. But most of the stuff is much cheaper out here compared to the US. Yeah, that's about it. That's as far as I can think of. So exploring and living in new countries is always an amazing thing. So if you have that opportunity, do it. Whether that's anywhere you want to go in the world, fucking Mexico, Spain, Italy, Tasmania, with that one nigga, Australia, India, anywhere you want to go, bro, go there. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts or what you think I should know about living out here. Yeah, so in terms of should you move here, I can't lie, nigga, I've been having the time of my life. I've been turning up. I can't lie. I've been turning up. But that's not to say me and you will have the same experience, because we're different people. I feel like it does just depend on how much you try and immerse yourself with the culture and try new things and being open to everything. That will sway your entire experience here. So I think you should take that risk. Do it. Move here if you really want to do it. See what it's like. Or visit here beforehand. See if you like it and then do it. But yeah, that's about it.